Now, who on earth is keeping that in a storage locker? Hey guys, it's Phoebe with WatchMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most insane things people bought on Storage Wars.
Retail something new like this, you could probably get $900, but as is used, and I mean, there's no vest, I would say at the most, maybe $400.
We're taking a look at the most bizarre things ever found in a locker on Storage Wars. For the purposes of this list, we will be including any iteration of the Storage Wars franchise. Let's get to it.
So when do you think this is from?
So I'm thinking since the material that it's made out of was around the Depression time, so I'm thinking late 20s, early 30s. Okay. It's called Bakelite, wow. And it was a popular material that they made things out of. It was like a new discovery.
Number 10, chicken glasses.
Today we're off to Palmdale, California to visit a guy named Mike, who's a chicken rancher out here, and he's going to give me an idea of what these chicken glasses I found are actually worth.
So, did you know that chicken glasses were a thing? Yeah, us neither.
Here they are.
They were actually mass-produced in the early 20th century and were meant to prevent pecking and cannibalism. In fact, they were used until the early 70s and are now a valuable collector's item. Barry found 3 pairs in one of his lockers, and he took them to get appraised in a very bizarre but amazingly awesome chicken car. Because Barry. The expert deduced that they were roughly 60 years old and still functional, and appraised all 3 pairs at a surprisingly high $500.
$500? That's great! I had a couple of clucks, and I made a few bucks.
Number 9, massive crystals.
You want to get paid?
You know what they say, you gotta spend money to make money, and Renee spent big. In one episode, he paid $7,100 for 3 lockers, which may sound ridiculous, but they proved to be figurative gold mines.
I mean, this is all Italian, which is awesome. Oh wow, the same design and everything. Murano, Rosaline pink.
Renee found a bunch of Italian glassware and furniture, but he also unboxed 2 massive crystals that he claims weighed 200 pounds, although that estimate seems a little exaggerated. After doing a bit of Googling and math, Renee conservatively valued the 2 crystals at a whopping $25,000.
That can't be right.
What?
This is 26 inches. It has the point, which is important. There's one at 16 inches, which is half of the size, 60 pounds. This is twice the size, 200 pounds, $15,000. That's that, for half.
We don't know who's going to be buying $25,000 crystals at a thrift shop, but there you have it.
That's another $22,500.
Unbelievable.
I am good. Hey.
Number 8, medical bleeder.
Well, this is what I was talking about. This is what I found, and
wow.
I'm a little curious to see if that is what we think it is.
Daryl purchased what seemed like a dud locker, finding little more than a fog machine and some vinyl records. But that all changed once he found what looked like a strange music box. Turns out, it was actually an old medical bleeder from the mid-1800s.
It is definitely a bleeder. They call these scarificators.
Its purpose was to draw blood from the body in an effort to balance the 4 humors: blood, yellow bile, black bile, and phlegm. Don't you just love old medical nonsense? Luckily for Daryl, the bleeder is considered a valuable piece of history and was valued at $500, which is double what he paid for the locker.
This is a piece of history.
Absolutely.
Number 7, vintage dentures. After watching this show, you may want to start flipping storage lockers yourself. But then you'll realize, nah, I might come across some human teeth.
Oh, gross.
After doing some human bowling, Brandy and Jared came across a little filing cabinet filled with teeth, which is one of the most horrifying things ever discovered on the show. After taking them to a dental academy, the couple learned that the teeth were actually wax dentures from the late 1920s.
Basically what they would do with these is take these old teeth and they would just mount them with wax, and that's how they'd make dentures.
Unfortunately, there's not much money in vintage dentures, and the entire collection was valued at just $300.
I might get more than that just putting these under my pillow. My kids get like $5 a tooth right now.
Tooth Fairy's a lot more generous.
Number 6, Brony Memorabilia.
We stole this unit for $50. How could we not make money?
Brandy and Jared snagged a locker for just $50, all but guaranteeing a profit. However, they had no idea just what it was they were stumbling into. After finding some miscellaneous items like tools and a lobster net, Jared discovered a massive My Little Pony plushie, and Brandy deduced that the owner of the locker is a brony. They also found a giant plastic container filled with My Little Pony figurines, which they proceeded to take to an appraiser. The entire collection, including the plushie, was worth a weirdly specific $875. Who knew there was such good money in My Little Pony?
Thanks, Johnny. That was a fantastic appraisal.
Number 5. Elvis newspapers.
Hi, I'm Joseph Coretta. I'm an avid Elvis collector, and I've been collecting Elvis Presley memorabilia since 1962. I specialize in the period of the 1970s.
Someone out there is an enormous Elvis Presley fan, or at least a collector of valuable newspapers. Daryl took a huge risk by paying $750 for an enormous pile of ratty old newspapers, only to discover that they were special editions of the Memphis Press, proclaiming the death of Elvis. Wanting an expert's opinion, Dave took a stack to an Elvis collector, who claimed that Dave had a mix of original reprints of the Memphis Press and original issues of the Commercial Appeal.
I mean, you've got a piece of historical significance here.
Each newspaper was valued between $5 and $10, resulting in a total haul of $45,000 to $90,000 worth of vintage newspapers. Turns out there's big money in Elvis. Who'da thunk?
Wow. I mean, I'm starting to feel a little warm and flush here just hearing those numbers.
Number 4. Creepy wooden head. You never know what you'll find in a storage locker. Barry bought a locker for $1,525, based solely on the fact that he saw a jaw with teeth jutting out of a box.
You can only see somebody's mouth that's open with teeth, and that's all you can see. But I want it.
Upon further inspection, he saw that the jaw belonged to a massive wooden head with dentures, glass eyeballs, and what looks like a window in the back of its head.
There's a whole scene going on in this guy's head. This is something real special.
He took the creepy head to his buddy, who discovered that it was a piece of art created by a Californian artist named Mike Meadow. The expert assumed that an art gallery would ask $6,000 for the piece, but Barry decided to keep it for his personal collection instead.
Typical Barry. Thanks for bringing it around. I enjoyed seeing it.
Buddy, I'll see you later.
Number 3. Breast augmentation machine.
What the hell is that?
After valuing some furniture, Dave began rooting through boxes and discovered what looked like 2 silicone breasts.
I think anything that might have to do with boobs, we have to investigate a little farther.
Believing it to be a breastfeeding contraption of some kind, Dave went to get it evaluated and discovered that it's actually an old breast enlargement machine. These machines served as a cheaper alternative to breast augmentation, although something tells us they didn't really work. The complete contraption is usually valued at $900, but because Dave's were used and lacked the necessary vest, they were only priced at $400.
I'm not sure what you're gonna do with these. You're gonna try to sell these?
Are they expensive?
I mean, people still sell them a lot online, and women, you'll be surprised what women will do for a pair of nice breasts.
Rather than selling, Dave decided to keep and, quote, have some fun with them. Cue the certifiably creeped out doctor.
Okay, you can do whatever you want behind closed doors. Here you go.
Thank you, doctor, for your time.
Number 2. Nuclear fallout locker. It's nice to have a plan for the nuclear apocalypse, just in case you're not allowed into the bunkers with all the rich people. So what's an everyday person to do? Take refuge in a storage locker, of course.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Bang! That's what I'm talking about.
In this locker found on Storage Wars, New York, Mike discovered a ton of emergency equipment, including $500 in Zippo lighters, $1,100 worth of gas masks, and $2,000 worth of respirators. When all was said and done, Mike walked away with over $3,500 worth of emergency equipment.
It's just so much money that I can't even keep track at this point.
So now we all know who to go to in the event of a nuclear war.
Ready for the nuclear fallout?
Doing a hustle, baby. Yeah, come on.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You'll have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. A human skeleton.
I'm often asked what is the strangest thing I've ever found, and I would have to say that this is the strangest thing I've ever found in a storage unit.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and say that this is the creepiest find in Storage Wars history. Upon opening a case, Dave found a human skull and various bones residing within.
Hopefully it's not an unsolved mystery or anything like that.
He was rightfully creeped out and decided to take the bones to an expert, both to get them appraised and to set his mind at ease.
How would I know that this wasn't just some person that didn't like his wife or and just kind of made a nice little box to put her in?
The expert stated that the bones were used in a medical capacity, as they'd been professionally cleaned and outfitted with various pieces of hardware, including nylon string. When all was said and done, the entire collection of bones was valued at $1,670. So now you know what a human skeleton's worth. But please, do not dig up graves.
My pleasure. It's been a pleasure and an education.
Okay, that went from Storage Wars to Dateline real quick. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments or tweet me at Phoebe_WM. And check out this video.